What's going on, guys? So I'm here to introduce you to a new tournament that I'm going to be partaking in. It's brought to you by the Litheo League, so make sure to go check them out on Twitter. I'll leave their link. So this is a Gen Battle tournament, so I'll give you the basic synopsis of the rules here. It's one non-Uber legendary per team, and the catch is, well, there's two catches. First of all, you can pick 2 OU, 2 UU, and 2 RU or below, and anything below you. If you didn't want to pick any OU Pokemon, I guess you could take 4 UU or whatever. But anyways, so the catch is one has to be from each gen, and the rules for this are there's species standard Smogon stuff plus items clause. So I was intending to bring a stall team to be a dick, but because I didn't realize that there was items clause, I had to scrap that and make a new team at the last minute. So I don't care as much about this. I just want to do it for fun, so I'll see as far as I can go, and if I win, that's cool. If I don't, then that's also fine. It's just kind of a fun thing to do before the LBA starts. So with that in mind, I'll show you guys my team, and we'll get on with the battle, so please enjoy. Alright, so my team is Mienshao, Empoleon, Slurpuff, Metagross, Gligar, and Charizard. So I just decided to drop some stuff that can run as balance. I can also use it. I can also play a much bulkier style, or I can run like hyper offense if I really wanted to. So the catch with this team is I'm trying to bluff the Char Y so that I can just set up with Charizard X and sweep his team, basically, because he has nothing that can wall out Charizard X. Like, if I can get up a Dragon Dance or two, I can 2-hit KO or OHKO every single Pokemon on my team. So I'm also running Choice Scarf, Mienshao, Spadef, Empoleon, Belly Drum, Slurpuff, Choice Banded Metagross, and Eviolite Gligar to go along with my Dragon Dance Charizard. So my win condition was definitely Charizard in this match, as it can just plow right through his team if I get it right on get it in on the right Pokemon, and I can set up on his Scizor, his Vaporeon, and his Bronzong. So I knew I had a good chance of winning this game. So I'm going to lead off with my Mienshao, as I can scout, as he does show the Mega Scizor, which doesn't scare me because Charizard X completely walls this thing out, and I do run a little bulks because running max speed on Dragon Dance is totally needless, as I'm just going to go for the U-turn right here and see what he wanted to do. I could have fired off a high jump kick right away, but I didn't really want to take the damage, so I'm just going to go for the U-turn and go right into my Empoleon, because unless he has like superpower, I can completely wall him out, and I also want to see if he was like a SD sweeper, because I have Aurora on this thing. So he goes for the U-turn, which shows me he's definitely not going to be using Sword Dance, so that's just good to know, as he's going to go into his Hariyama here, and I wasn't sure if this was Guts or Assault Vest with Thick Fat, so I honestly did not want to take a close combat, so I made the really safe and obvious play of switching into my Gligar, which he does call correctly, as he's just going to go for the knockoff right here. So I'm going to lose my Eviolite, which kind of sucks, but you know what, Gligar's not going to be too big in this match because I already wall his Scizor as it is, and Hariyama doesn't scare me at all because it's so slow and frail. So he's going to go for the Ice Punch. It's not going to knock me out, but will definitely put me in range of a Bullet Punch, as I just fired off the Earthquake for damage, as I didn't want to set up with Charizard just yet because I didn't really want to take a hit. So I'm just going to go into Mienshao here and fire off a high jump kick, as he is going to pull the switch back into his Vaporeon here, and I knew a high jump kick would do a ton of damage even if he was max defense, but I missed, which kind of sucks. But I do not want to risk him being Protect here, and I know high jump kick won't be able to knock him out unless he had like no defense. So I definitely needed Mienshao, as it was my backup check to his Greninja and his Crocodile, because I'm Scarfed, and I do also have Drain Punch as a secondary step. So I'm going to my Empoleon here, and I know I can easily set up the Stealth Rocks because this thing cannot touch me in the least bit, as he does show the Baton Pass, which I like to Baton Pass because it's just a good way to read. It's like a U-turn basically, as it's a slow U-turn pretty much. So I'm just going to set my rocks up, as he's going to go right into his Hariyama here, as I was just looking for a chance for Charizard to set up and sweep his team. That's really all I wanted here. So I'm going to go into my Metagross here because I know I can take a close combat, and I don't really need Metagross in this game because I just wanted to use it as a pivot so I could get into my Charizard, because for Metagross, I knew he'd go into his Vaporeon or his Bronzong to take a hit, as he critted me with that close combat, so I would have definitely eaten that up. So I make the switch into my Charizard here, as I know this is the best chance to get him in, as I'm going to be able to set up super easily on any of his bulkier Pokemon aside from Hariyama. So he does go to his Vaporeon, and I know unless this thing's like offensive, which I highly doubt, that I can easily set up and roost off on him. So I'm going to go Mega here, as I do invest a little bulk, like I said, so I can take hits a little better, as Charizard X has unsatisfyingly... His special defense isn't really that great, but I knew I can go for Dragon Dance, and I didn't even think he'd have Roar, but looking at his set, I kind of doubted he would, since he has Wish, but since he has a Scald and Baton Pass, and I'd imagine he'd have Wish. So I know I can easily get 2 Dragon Dances up, as a Scald crit will not kill me here, and I can easily roost up on this thing. So now I can OHKO every single member of his team, and he really can't do anything about it, aside from like hoping that I'll die to Flare Blitz recoil or something, but I didn't plan on that happening, as he's just gonna go for the Wish, as like he's really helpless at this point. He has to really hope that something bad happens for me. So I'm gonna go for the Dragon Claw, easily knock that thing out, as he did show the Rocky Helmet, as his down goes his Vaporeon, so that makes my Mienshao that much more of a threat, and now he's gonna go on his Bronzong, so and now I can just easily knock it out with Flare Blitz. I kind of wanted to Roost, but I didn't want to risk it having like Toxic or Earthquake, which could do a lot of damage to me, and it'd just be totally counterproductive. So now it's just hoping that I could, looking at that damage, I know I can take a Bullet Punch from Scizor, so unless he got some crazy crit, I know I can live it, Roost off, and set up some more if I want to, and just finish his team. But another thing is, now that his only bulky Pokemon left is Scizor, if I can just whittle this down, all I have to do is like whittle this thing down, and then I can just win the game by spamming Drain Punch with my Mienshao. So it's going to go for the Bullet Punch, doesn't do anything, and I just wanted to keep on roosting to get up to full, as I know I can just easily win the game with Charizard right now, and if not, then Mienshao just cleans up right after him. So now I'm just going to go for the Dragon Claw, because I can, as that does good damage at +2, as he's going to go for the Defog, so that means if he has anything with a Focus Sash, its Sash will now be intact. But I really wasn't worried about that, because something at 1 HP doesn't scare me, especially since I have Scarf Mienshao, which outspeeds his whole team, bar a Scarf Greninja, which is terrible. So now he's going to go for the Roost, but I don't care. Now I can easily go for another Dragon Dance just to show who's the man in the house, as no, I just decided to go for the Flare Blitz here, as that's easily going to kill this thing. No Scizor set on the planet could take +3 Flare Blitz, as now all of his Pokemon die unless he has a Focus Sash. So he's going to go into his Hariyama, and no amount of spamming Fake Out, if he had it, would be able to knock me out, as he shows he doesn't have it, as I'm just going to go for Dragon Claw, and that's dead. His last 2 Pokemon are his Krook and his Greninja, which can't outspeed me no matter what, and they can't take this hit at all, as shows that he is a Moxie Crocodile, which means that I don't have to worry about any bulky Intimidate, as I can just go for another Dragon Claw, knock him out. His last Pokemon is Greninja here, and I decided to be real, just go for the Flare, as I'm going to go for the Flare Blitz. I know it's going to knock him out, and unless he was Sash, so I just wanted to be cool here and finish it off with a not very effective hit, as that Greninja just dies easily. Like, I had no doubt in my mind that would kill, so that's going to be the game. My team just beat his, so that was basically it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and stuff. So yeah, that's basically it. Look out.